Now, before I talk about the roles and responsibilities of directors and officers, I have to explain that for the purposes of all small businesses, directors and officers essentially have the same roles and responsibilities. So directors are the people who form the board of directors, and the officers are the president, the vice president, the secretary, the treasurer. Corporations don't have to have all of those officers named, and the directors and the officers can be the same people. Now, the roles of the officers and directors are to actually run the company. They are the ones who make decisions about the corporation. So if the corporation needs to buy a building, then it's the officers and directors who sign the contracts. They're the ones who would sign the mortgage documents. If a corporation wants to lease a space, well, it's the officers and directors that sign those. If the corporation wants to buy another business, well, it's the officers and directors who sign those documents. So they're the ones who make all of the operational decisions or decisions for the corporation, the legal decisions. But they do so on behalf of for the benefit rather of the shareholders. And they are elected on an annual basis by the shareholders. Now, officers and directors also carry some liability. So if the corporation, for example, doesn't pay some of its taxes, whether it be GST, income tax, or the remittances to employees, they could be held personally liable for that. If the officers and directors, or rather if the corporation offends the environmental laws, the directors and officers can be held liable, personally liable for that. So there are certain responsibilities or liabilities rather for officers and directors.